How's it going, everyone? Tech here, and this is Old School Cool, a game series looking at old games that came out when you were young at heart. This game is Vigilante 8, and this is one of the request games that I was requested to do for this series. And what better way to do it than very soon and show you guys what a fun little game this is. Vigilante 8 was released by Luxoflex and published by Activision in 1998 for the PlayStation 1 and N64, and also released on the Game Boy Color in December 1999. It is a game, obviously. It is a game where you are in a car and you are trying to kill other cars with your car. You start out with a machine gun and you can pick up other upgrades along the way. And, you know, overall, it's a pretty fun little game that you can play with your friends. If you have two controllers, you plug them in and you go to town on each other. And not in that way, guys. Get your head out of the gutter. Now, I'm not too familiar with all these characters, and I have played this on 2 of the 3 consoles that it was released on, and I'm not the most familiar with this series, or specifically this game, but I have been researching it to make sure that I can do it justice. And the first thing that comes to my mind is that, wow, this game is loud. It is a super loud game. What you're hearing right now, with all the pops and all the buzzes, those were recorded, those were played in the recording. That has nothing to do with the recording setup. That has nothing to do with any settings that I have post-production. That is what it is, and that volume is turned way down. I could change the settings in the game, but really they were looking fine, and really I think it's just a matter of the game being kind of old, being kind of dated. Now, the second biggest thing that is very apparent in this game, especially considering that I have played both versions of the game on the PS1 and N64, is that the PS1 version looks amazing compared to the N64 version. Now, the N64 version that I have was also a little bit glitchy, and it was a little bit old. It didn't quite work out, but the graphics and just quality of visuals of the PlayStation version blow the N64 out of the water. The control is also a little bit different. It feels a little bit smoother on the PlayStation, but that also comes with the downfall of it being a little bit slippery. I don't feel like I have the same type of control that I have with the N64 version. I feel like it's very oversteery. I find myself oversteering and trying to correct myself a lot more on the PlayStation version. And the PlayStation version also, going back to big things that really catch you in this game, is a lot harder than the N64 version. And I don't know if that's because they're different versions or if because I have different settings on each one. I'm almost positive that I had the same settings. But the N64 version, I can wipe out an entire group of cars in arcade mode, whereas I cannot even begin to kill 2 cars in arcade mode on the PlayStation. Blame the controller, blame the game. The best gamer blames his tools and controller, obviously, and lag. Don't forget lag, guys. But it is a fun game regardless, and I can only imagine it getting even more fun the more players you have. This version, actually both versions, only support 2 players, even though the N64 has the 4 controllers. But it would be a great game to pick up at your local game store and just have a lot of fun with. Let me touch on a little bit of the plot of this game, because this is a racing game. All racing games have some sort of plot, I guess. And while you watch this awesome new level in Colorado, the game is set in an alternative 1975, when the global oil crisis is gripping the nation. It takes place in the western United States, California, Colorado, Nevada, all those countries that you see in the map selection. And it's really cool that they did that, just as a side note. Crime is super high, and the security forces are all over the place, and so law is very hard to secure. And then there are two groups. You have the Vigilantes, and you have the Cobras, I think. Are they Coyotes? There we go, Coyotes. I just had to check myself because it's a C word, and I'm not too familiar with all the characters. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't played that much of the story, and I'm not really super familiar with who's on whose team. I think I side with the Vigilantes a little bit because the Cobras seem a little bit scummy, scummy corporation-y. But, whatever floats your boat. And luckily you can kill whatever cars you want to here. Well, that about does it for this game. If you want to see any more of this very simple, very fun racing game from the 90s, late 90s, leave me a comment. Send me a message on YouTube. Tweet me. I now have a Twitter, which is Tekedo _ TEKEDO_ at Twitter. So follow me there if you want to stay updated on new videos, new sneak peeks. I'll be posting there. If you want to read about me taking a crap, because I won't post those things. I promise I won't post those things. I'm not that kind of person. If you like this video, make sure to show your friends. Tell me if you want to see another old game, if you have a favorite game that came out before the last two consoles were released, or not within the last 7 years. I want to play it for you. I want to give it the best review it can give and show the world what an awesome game they may have been missing. And if I haven't said this before, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more old school cool, more PlanetSide, more Wildcard Sundays, and any other video that might happen in the future. Anyway, this is Tech, and I hope to see you guys next time.